Hey guys, this is Ray the Messenger, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about whether being delusional is actually a good thing or a bad thing. So let's get right into the video. Recently I've seen a lot of people that have been extremely delusional. You can see these people on social media platforms like TikTok, you can see them on YouTube Shorts. You see these people that talk about wild stuff. They talk like, oh, I deserve this, I have to be that, and they think, oh, I'm the best, I'm the shit, right? And in reality, if you look at them, they're not the shit. This is a big thing with people. They are entitled, and not only entitled, but they're also delusional. They're extremely delusional, and delusional can be really dangerous. If you are a delusional individual, then you need to listen to this video, because this is dangerous for you and your health and for everything that you are in your life. Being delusional, if you're delusional to facts of reality, this will actually counterfire and backfire on you. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're somebody who thinks, oh, if I jump out the window, I can survive that, no problem. That's a really delusional thing to think. That's the definition of being delusional. You cannot run around through this world and just ignore facts, because there are certain facts and realities. Another thing that I've seen people that think, oh, like 15% of, if you ask like 15% of Americans, they think they can beat a bear in a one-to-one combat, in hand-to-hand combat against a bear. Are you crazy? Are you delusional? Like, really think about this situation. This is the kind of shit that makes me crazy. If people think, oh, I can just defeat a bear, I'm just going to do whatever the hell I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to attack the eyes. A brilliant idea. Just attack the bear. If the bear is coming towards you, running towards you like 500 or like 1,000 pounds of bears running towards you with like 50 miles per hour, and he's like swinging his claws at you. Oh, brilliant idea. I'm just going to try and attack the eyes. Oh, what a brilliant idea. How genius are you? You are delusional. This is stupid. And delusional is extremely dangerous, not only in that situation, but also for other situations in life. If you, for example, run into a job interview and you're sitting there and the person asks you, okay, so what do you actually want to earn, or what do you think you deserve in this kind of position? Let's say you're somebody who is actually just a management position, and then you say, oh, I want to make 10 million a year, and they're like, are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy? Like, this is delusional. You're delusional, and they're just going to kick you out. So you cannot just run around through this life and be a completely delusional person, be completely void of reality. Because in this world, you have to think, okay, what is strategic? Use your brain. Stop being delusional. Don't listen to these people that tell you, yeah, you can do anything, you can be whatever the hell. This is all bullshit. This is stupid. You cannot just go against gravity, for example. You cannot just start flying around through the air without nothing. This right here is the real world. This is not some kind of Marvel universe. You cannot just do some crazy stuff that you think, oh, I'm going to manifest it. No, you cannot just manifest some stupid stuff. You have to think in terms of, okay, what is right now the reality, what are some physical laws, and everything else I can try to make a strategy around it. Think logically. Start being a logical person. Don't be delusional. Don't get dragged into the delusional thinking. This is a dangerous way of thinking, and people that want you to make believe this way are crazy people. Crazy people tell you, oh, you know, I'm not actually overweight, I'm not fat, it's just that you don't understand. No, this is delusional. These people are telling you stuff that you never ever should believe, because when you start thinking this way, then you start becoming delusional in every way. When you're delusional in one thing and you defy your own logic, if your brain tells you, my man, if you think through this, it doesn't make any fucking sense, and then you're like, oh, I'm just going to ignore my logical brain and I'm going to start believing the delusional stuff. If you believe in one area delusional things, it's going to start and overtake your life. This is what I've seen with a lot of people. This is how people sometimes turn crazy. They think this is the reality, it has to be this way. I'll give you another example. Some people that believe certain stuff is that way, but in actually reality, the science tells you it's not that way. So if you run around against science and things that are actually proven, you start becoming delusional because you're like, I wanted to believe. No, just because you want to believe something, it doesn't make it reality. Because reality, there are still facts, and science and nature will tell you what is real and what is not. So start becoming logical and think, what does make sense for me? How can I get these things right into my own life? You can do a lot of stuff and you can do a lot of things, but you cannot just run around and defy logic. But on the counter argument, being to a certain extent delusional is actually a good thing. So if you believe that you are actually capable of doing certain stuff, even though deep down you maybe don't think you can actually do it, but you still believe in it, that's a good thing, because that will give you a heads up in life. It's like, for me personally, I believe a lot of stuff that I can do that maybe other people would say, oh, he can't do that, because in my mind, I believe in it, and I have to believe in it in order for me to make it easier to achieve it. So being delusional in a certain area to a certain extent can help you. I will give an example for that. So for example, if you believe that you are extremely capable in a certain kind of area of expertise, that will massively help you. Even if you are maybe not at that level yet, for example, it will have a great benefit, because it will enable you to have massive skills. If you look at, for example, combat athletes, people who go into a cage, for example, and fight, if one person has okay skills or good skills, and the other person also has okay and good skills, or maybe even great skills, but if they lack the confidence or the belief in themselves, and the other person's like, I'm going to beat this guy 100%, no doubt about it. That's a little bit delusional from another person's perspective, but maybe from that person's perspective, that's what's giving him the edge. This is the thing that actually helps them in order to get the thing. That's how people get the things done. That's how people actually beat, for example, some kind of world champion that other people said, oh, it's impossible to beat him. And this person thought to himself, you know what? Everybody else says it's not possible, but in my mind, I'm going to believe it's possible. Many of these people that did some quote-unquote delusional stuff or had delusional thinking in that kind of way in history actually achieved great things. If you look at, for example, the guy that actually crossed the 4-minute mile, that was Roger Bannister was his name or some stuff like that. Back in the day, everybody thought, oh, you know what, it's impossible to run 1 mile under 4 minutes. And this guy, he was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And he did. He went out there and he did it. And everybody thought it was impossible. It was crazy. And when that guy did it, everybody else started also doing that. Because all of a sudden, he, with his own power and his merit and his work ethic, he actually kind of a little bit bent reality and to show the people that what is possible. And this, to a certain extent, can really help you. This also what helped me in certain extent, when I think, you know what, I know, I believe in myself, I can do this. Even if maybe everyone else says it's crazy or it can't be done. But to a certain degree, you also have to logically start thinking and use your brain. Like I said, with the example with the bear, for example, or with the chimp or with the lion. In my mind, I know, I'm confident, of course, in my own abilities, 100%. But I'm not delusional. I don't think I can run to a lion and beat the lion, or do some damage to the lion. I'm not crazy. That's delusional thinking. You cannot just be against facts of reality and facts of nature and like, oh, I'm going to beat the lion. I'm going to throw stones at the lion or rocks at the lion or throw some spears at the lion. Are you crazy? Are you of a mind? That doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. So you need to start thinking in areas of, okay, I believe in myself. I have maybe a little bit of delusional confidence. That's actually, having a little bit of delusional confidence can actually be a great thing, but you also always need to back it up. You need to have some kind of backup, because you cannot just be somebody like, listen, if you're somebody who has zero skills, who's basically a nobody, has no skills and no real confidence in themselves because you have no skills, but then all of a sudden you think, oh, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. No, you're not. And deep down inside of you, you know that you're not. But if you have some skills to actually back those claims up, then it's like for your brain, okay, maybe I am actually the best, because it's like I have some skills. If you're somebody who has zero skills, or maybe you're somebody who's extremely overweight, and you all of a sudden you're like, no, I'm actually not overweight. That doesn't make no sense. You see the difference? There's like a really big difference between, okay, I'm going to believe myself that I can actually achieve this thing that many people say is not possible, and the other side of the coin, which is, oh, I'm not actually overweight, even if you are overweight. That's the difference. That's crazy. One thing is completely crazy and nuts, and the other thing is a little bit crazy, but also kind of realistic, because if you calculate the things down, for example, with Roger Bannister, it actually was possible if you have really thought about it. Or maybe even if it wasn't, at least trying the thing will actually give you a heads up. And just completely being delusional, like in the example we had with the lion, that will get you killed. And that will be the end of you. If you're that kind of person that thinks, oh, no problem, I'll just take on the lion. And the interesting thing is, even if that kind of regard, if you're somebody who's actually trained with lions and have the confidence that you can deal with the lion, then all of a sudden you can actually go against the lion. I've seen a video that's on the other end of extreme, right? You've seen but that guy has skills. That guy has experience with lions, for example. You cannot just run to a lion and do whatever the hell, because you have no experience. But that guy, he went there and he ran to the lion, and he had some kind of toilet paper, and he used it kind of like as a weapon, and the lion was like, oh my god, what does this guy have, right? Because the lion doesn't understand toilet paper. The lion thought he had some weapon. That's the whole other story. So you actually, in the end moral of this story, be a little bit delusional in your skills, develop the skills. Don't just be somebody who denies reality, please. Start thinking logically, but also start having massive confidence in yourself and your own skills, develop those skills, and then we can go on this journey together, start achieving great things. That's the best thing. That's what I wish for everybody. So I hope you like this video. If you like this video, put a like on it, subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.